You know, few of us are not touched in some way by the work of the United Way and its affiliated organizations. And here in our region, the United Way of Tri-County focuses on local solutions to local problems with dozens of programs throughout the year. And you know, the staff and volunteers at the United Way deserve a great deal of credit for the work they do, but they'll be the first to tell you that none of that is possible without the generosity of others. I'm joined right now by Jen Maceda, who is the Senior Vice President of United Way of Tri-County. And Jen, first of all, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You know, the United Way of Tri-County is really the local chapter of this nationwide organization. But though it is a nationwide organization, you sort of set your own priorities and goals. And you really have broken them down into kind of four blocks of what you focus on. Tell me about that.
We have. So nationally, it's education, financial stability, and health. And for us, because of what we know in the communities that we serve in Metro West 495 corridor, we felt as though basic human needs was a critical component and issue area that we needed to focus resources on.
And it's really all about quality of life, isn't it?
It is.
And so how do you choose what are the programs that you're going to devote resources to?
Well, those four issue areas are pretty broad. So we know that we need to pick the most efficient and effective programs within those issue areas that are going to make lasting change. And so that's how we make the decisions, whether we're partnering with another organization like a Boys and Girls Club or SMOC, South Middlesex Opportunity Council, who are two of our major strategic partners. We know that partnering is essential, but also being able to deliver those programs in our own direct services.
Well, you know, let's talk a little bit about a program that's coming up and is one that's near and dear to your heart. You know, as we approach the holiday season, it's important to remember that there are hungry people right here in these communities. Hunger well, hunger is not a global problem only. It is a problem that happens in your neighborhoods. And you really have a wonderful program called Feed a Family for 50 that really sort of tries to tackle that here in the holiday season. Tell me about that.
That's right. This is our third year of launching the Feed a Family for 50 campaign. And in our first year, we had a goal of 1,000 families. Last year, we had a goal of helping 1,300 families. And this year, our goal is to help 1,500 families. And it's because we've set this goal because the need is not reducing. We have 3 food pantries within the Metro West 495 corridor. Our largest one is in the Framingham community, where we serve over 3,700 individuals within the community. And these are Framingham residents. So unfortunately, the need is expanding. And we're trying to bring in as much food as possible. But the holiday season is where we want to make sure that every family has a warm meal at Thanksgiving or for their own holiday over the course of November through December and the new year. So the $50 is going to go towards adopting a family or sponsoring a family. And that family will, depending on their size, get a turkey, a full roast turkey, which is really tremendous, really expensive. So we're grateful to the Greater Boston Food Bank for giving us some of those turkeys, but we'll also be tapping some of the farms within the area and the resources that are in the area to be able to provide as many turkeys as possible. And then all the fixings that go along with that meal, and culturally sensitive products too, depending, because every family has a different enjoyment of foods within that time. So we know that we want to make it. Absolutely. And we want them to have that tradition. And I think that's what some people don't know, is that if you don't have the dollars to be able to bring your family or your friends together to share that meal, then you go without, and you don't have that warmth within the holiday that we know is so critical for families.
And as you said, it really is a growing number of people that are kind of falling into this gap where maybe they're able to, squeak by, but they're not able to celebrate holidays. They're not able to
it's a luxury
fend for their families.
You're right.
Now you're working with some very important partners on this in our immediate area with the Pearl Street Cafe. Tell me a little bit about those partnerships.
Sure. So it is a direct service of ours for the United Way. So at Pearl Street Cupboard and Cafe, which is at 10 Pearl Street, we are distributing almost 400 turkeys last year, and we're thinking that we'll probably have more people coming to participate in the program again this year. And we have 2 staff members at Pearl Street, and the rest are volunteers. So we serve those 400 families within the course of 3 hours because of the generosity of people giving their time and also giving the dollars for us to be able to purchase these meals.
Well, let's talk about that generosity because it's so important.
Critical.
For folks at home, how can they help? How can they get involved?
There's a couple of ways. They can donate $50 to sponsor a family. That's essentially the only way that we can get the product to be able to distribute it. And the dollars that we use go towards the food, and we can leverage it in such a way that if you went to a consumer grocery store or purchasing it yourself at retail, you wouldn't be able to leverage it the same way that we do. So keep that in mind too. $50 for us is going to be stretched a lot farther than it would be walking into a retail store. And then people can volunteer. People can volunteer prior to our distribution of the turkeys and fill bags of groceries that would be along with the turkey. So we'll get the turkey on the Monday and then distribute it on that Tuesday, frozen, so people have time to help it thaw. And
where do they go for more information?
For more information, good question, thank you. www.uwotc.org is where you'll find information on Feed a Family and also for volunteering. So
great. And actually you have a terrific mascot, and that is your own turkey.
That's right.
And can you tell me who introduce your great mascot here
so this
for this
is our
program?
Feed a Family turkey, and our Feed a Family turkey goes everywhere over the holidays to be able to create awareness that it is people in your neighborhood that really need assistance. And this is our 3rd year of partnering with the turkey, and we are so grateful that she's with us again this year.
Well, we're very grateful, and thanks for coming in. And thank you, Jen, for coming in and for all of the work that you and United Way of Tri-County does. And
well, we couldn't do it without you, so thank you.